can't believe it's finally happening. Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, we're Cheska and Ben. With our little pup River, we travel full time in our beloved sprinter van Sophia. Join us this week as we start a new adventure that will eventually take us to Turkey and beyond. First stop is France. Subscribe and join us for the ride. It's only a few days until we head to Europe and the van is a state because we're starting to organise all of our storage areas. If anything, the shakedown cruise is probably the most useful for like figuring out where we're going to organise stuff and what we use the most. So we're just kind of rejigging all of our storage bits. For example, this storage area is like the most awkward to get to. So this is the more long-term storage, stuff we don't use that much. This is stuff that we can just quickly grab. So like jumpers, extra shoes, bags, all that kind of stuff is going to go in here. And obviously under this one is all our electrics and stuff, so we don't touch this side. It's definitely been interesting trying to minimalise my wardrobe, figure out what I'm going to need, but still have enough stuff for like cold weather and warm weather. So this packing cube is full of all my tops and I have way too many tops, so I can definitely cut that down for sure. Okay, so Ben is dismantling the workbench. I'm a little bit attached to this because not only is it the workbench that we built Sophia 2.0 on, there's also our kitchen in the first van build.
Yeah, Sophia 1.0.
Okay, so I've just had a delivery of our book club pick, which is Turn Right at Machu Picchu. If you didn't know, I run a monthly book club called Where the Wild Books Are. Over on Facebook, we discuss travel and adventure books. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in joining. So far, we've read Into the Wild, we've read Tracks by Robin Davidson, we've read Around the World in 80 Trains. In fact, we actually had a Q&A with Manisha Rajesh, who is the author of Around the World in 80 Trains. We had a live Instagram Q&A with her, and that was really, really good fun. So this is probably the last like physical book club book that I'm gonna be able to get because obviously we're gonna be on the road tomorrow. But yeah, how beautiful is this cover? I am just in love with it. But today's the day. It's happening. We're leaving England on our Greek and Turkish adventures. No matter how organised you try and be for the day of travel, it's always just like a little bit hectic when you have to leave. Well, I think we're all set. I think we're all set and ready to go.
Oh no. Yep. Everything is done, dusted, signed off, got rid of, packed away. We're ready to leave. We're just saying we always get a little bit, I wouldn't say nervous, but probably just like apprehensive and excited and a bit, So we'll be nice and relaxed once we're on the train, on the tunnel, because then we know the animal health certificate's fine, we know our vaccine stuff's fine. So yeah, once we're there, through that, we're gonna sit back and relax.
What to do, Nanny? Come and see me.
I'll climb over and open the window.
I know. She wants to stay. She says, you can go, Mum and Dad, I'll stay with my nan. Oh, you're going to be a big girl when you come back. You're going to be 2 years old.
With FaceTime.
From last time, yeah, flipping heck.
Enjoy, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Yes, yeah, we'll let you know when we've got there.
Lots of love, Mum.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, River.
That's it. We're officially on the road. I think my mum held it together pretty well.
Your mum held it together well, your nan held it together very well, River held it together very well.
Yeah.
So now we've got a 4-hour drive to Folkestone.
4-hour drive to get the tunnel, and then yeah, we'll just go from there and see how this all goes because there's a lot of new processes, what with River and then the COVID stuff. So let's just hope it's a smooth
in 150
process.
yards, turn right onto High Street.
19 minutes left.
Turn right onto High Street.
I can't believe it's finally happening.
Obviously, it was a toll road.
So we just come over the Dartford crossing, which if you didn't know is is a big bridge that takes the motorway over the River Thames, but it is a toll road. A few years ago it was my brother's wedding and me and Ben came over it and forgot to pay, because you have to pay like online after you've gone over it, and we went travelling and came back to a £450 bill, which is mental. So now as soon as we're over it, we pay it, not making that mistake again.
I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of? And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany?
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, brilliant.
Thank
you. And we are just about to go and board the train.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I just feel so surreal that we're here because it's just happened. It seems like it's just come around really quickly. And
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It just feels really surreal. But
what we'll do is when we settle up, so we've got to pay a bill. When we've settled to stop, we'll talk you through all like the paperwork and everything we needed for us and for River.
We didn't have much time when we got here to get everything checked in, so we're like a bit like bam, 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 fill it in, fill it in.
Yeah,
and then
we'll tell you about it in a minute. Let's talk about River first. So as soon as you arrive at the Eurotunnel, you check in, you get your little sticker, and we had to go straight to pet check-in, which is this side now. Before Brexit, we only checked River when we were coming back, but we needed to check it out of the country. So there's a new little pet checkout service right into the big terminal. Didn't need an EU passport anymore because obviously it's null and void. What we need is a animal health certificate. So you have to go to your vets, they have to do like a little health check on River, make sure the vaccine's up to date, make sure the rabies are up to date, rabies vaccine's up to date, that her microchip is there and is registered and is working. So all that was done, and then pay £150 for this certificate. When we got here, we took it to pet check-in, handed this over, had to scan her microchip and show them. They provide the scanner, you don't need a scanner. So the woman at reception then said, just take this and show border control on the French side, and that's it. We got to border control on the French side, they weren't interested, they didn't want to see it, so it's fine. But
it was very straightforward for given how complicated it is to read about that.
How complicated it is for long travel, and to get this and get it organised with the vet. That is the really complicated bit. Bringing it here and getting checked in and checked out, easy, very, very easy.
Oh, what was that?
What's that, River?
We're about to go. There we go. There we go. So after we checked River in, it was our turn to go to passport control. This is the bit that we're a little bit about because it was all the new like COVID forms and stuff. So what we took with us, we took our passports. We had our French health declaration forms just to prove that we haven't been in contact with anyone who's got COVID. And then we also had our NHS provided vaccination certificates, which we also have on the app as well if we wanted it. Long story short, this is all they wanted. I think they glanced at the vaccination certificate, but like Ben said, it could have been a doctor's note. Like we literally, that's all they wanted. So for all of the kind of stress that is around travel at the minute, it was really straightforward. Checked River in really easily, we checked in really easily, and yeah, obviously this is a tunnel. I'm not sure how it'll be at the airport, so I'm guessing it'll be a bit stricter there. But yeah, it was a good journey and pretty much no different than the previous 2 times we've done it. So yeah.
The only difference is
happy.
The only difference is we got a stamp now in our passport.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, they stamped our passports.
A French stamp on our passports for the first time ever. Onwards to France and beyond. Well, this is it. We're in France.
35 minutes later.
Well, we have made it to our first park up in France. right next to this beautiful windmill, surrounded by maize fields. River's just having a dinner, Ben's replying to some emails. The sun is shining, it is a beautiful day today. This is a good first park up. Okay.
Okay, right.
We were saying how... It's very tight.
Sorry.
How despite... How despite all of the negativity in the media at the minute and how difficult the past year has been, the thought of going away, I wouldn't say like nervous, but we're definitely apprehensive about what the process is going to be like.
We thought there was going to be a massive change.
Yeah, and it was so easy and so lovely, and we've come into France and there's dog walkers walking past and hikers, and they're just saying hello, and I'm on holiday from England, and just really lovely.
I know there's always stuff like, you know, don't go there, don't do this, be careful, be careful.
I just saw the horror stories online about people getting turned away at the border because a date on their pet's passport was wrong and all that kind of stuff, and it was just no hassle, and it was just such a joy, and it's made it such a nice
I'll tell you why we say about the pet
the
passport thing. I'll tell you why, because we said what Chess said about being turned away at the border because your pet dates are wrong. River is a Welsh collie, and on her EU passport we put it down as a border collie. We were worried that there was going to be a discrepancy. They literally didn't give a damn. They didn't check, they didn't care. So
Sorry, I'm just watching River's gonna pull the tripod over.
Life so far, day one. We've been in France for 4 hours now.
Yeah.
And it's just easy as always. Hopefully,
what are these?
These are thumbs.
Why are they doing this?
Hopefully, there's a sign of things to come.
Has anyone seen the film Signs? Let me just show you what's in front of the van. Look at that. That film terrified me when I was little.
Did it?
Yeah. So we're parked up just outside Lille. We don't really have any plans as to what we're going to be doing while we're in France. We have a rough route that we're taking, and we have an idea of somewhere that we want to go tomorrow, but further than that we haven't really got any plans.
Our main aim is to get to that is a massive hare. It's like the size of a river.
We're in these fields, and there are so many hares just to the left of me, and there's a cat stalking them. We've got cows over here. You've got the distant hum of trains. It smells kind of like farm, hay,
well, it looks like we are back to
manure. There's a huge manure pile just there. You see
a windmill?
Just there.
There's a windmill up there, guys.
There's a huge windmill there's a huge, can't say it. There's a huge windmill right by where we parked. But yeah, it's very kind of typical French countryside here. It's really nice.
No, it's really nice. It's beautiful.
I am completely in love with this farm. I would love to renovate something like this one day. I especially love the big barn door that goes into the courtyard. One day. We are going to try and head off. I say early. It's early for us, but it's about like 9 o'clock.
Well,
so it's not super early.
Technically it's 8 o'clock in the morning for us. Really.
Yeah, we're still on UK time. So the drive today is about 2.5 hours. Fingers crossed this place works out. You ready?
All set.
Some of you might remember from our trip last year, we came to these lakes or these fishing ponds around Champagne and had, God, a few days here, which is absolutely amazing, so peaceful, so tranquil. And we've come back and they're flooded. We can't really get back to where we were parked, which was just down there. And I remember River running around here and us walking, and now it is just completely waterlogged. I mean, that is just like part of the lake or the ponds, and this is just, doesn't look good. And we've just driven down this big grassy thing and Ben's got to reverse all the way back.
We're going to try and hopefully find somewhere to park up still around this area, but everywhere seems like it's been cut off by the lakes now. It's really strange. So last year, I mean, it was completely different here. There was like all these different ponds, but it looks like 3 of them have just sort of mashed together. Got 2 fishing ones down there, but yeah, not sure where we're going to be able to park here. But Jess has just popped out with River. They're down the end of this path. I mean, we could park here, but what the f is that? I think I've just seen 2 otters, 3 otters. Oh yeah. Oh no, Chess is going to be gutted. Oh, I've just seen 3 otters. Oh no, Chess is really going to be pissed off that she's not seen them. Speaking of Chess, here she comes. We might have to move on. She's not looking too confident.
I thought there was a track that went behind these trees, but there isn't.
I've got something to tell you.
What?
I've just seen 3 otters.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did you get them on camera?
No, because literally I was just over there, I was like, what's that? And they was like, they went right into the grass, so I wouldn't have had time to spin it around.
Oh my god, really?
So
I can't believe you saw 3 otters.
I know.
Well, we're giving up on the little fishing ponds. Can't find anywhere that's like dry and easy to park, so we're gonna go and find somewhere else. This always happens to us. We have a rule that we should never go back to somewhere that we love, because when you go back, it's happened to us like 3 or 4 times in our travels now. We go back to somewhere that we love and it's changed and it's gone. So you should always, yeah, just keep it as it was in your head and remember it like that. Okay, so we found a really nice little spot by the river. It looks like it's a little locals swimming spot. It really is like tucked out of the way. There's a couple of cars here now and some people have just turned up. They'll probably go by the evening, so it's quite a nice little quiet spot here.
Hopefully it's just quite quiet.
The river looks beautiful. It looks quite deep and fast though. There's a little path going down there. I think maybe we can go check that out. There might be a little swimming spot down there. But yeah, oh, it's so hot today, so I really could do with a swim. Okay, so it's a little bit later now and it has quietened down a lot since earlier. I think at one point there must have been about 20 cars here, but it is just so beautiful here down by the river. There's just one family here and all you can hear is just the sound of like crickets in the grass. Listen to this. We've seen people jumping into this river all day. It's pretty fast flowing and deep. I think I'm going to be doing it on my own. I don't think Ben's going to do it with me. I wouldn't normally condone this, jumping into deep, fast flowing water, but I have watched people do it all day and come back and back and back, so.
Yeah, yeah, they don't just jump in and
I think there's a point not too far down here where you can get out and then come down. Right.
1, 2.
No.
That's not a run, that's a walk.
Okay. I wish you were doing it with me. 3.
Well done, babes. Well.
Okay, so let's take the first swim.
Hello. Hello. Oh look, the dragonfly. I don't know if that'll come out on camera. Oh, there she is, alive, thank God. Oh, how was it?
It was good. It's so warm in there.
Is it?
So warm. So fast. If you're not a good swimmer, probably wouldn't recommend doing it. Oh God, I've got it on here. Oh, this is like our outdoor shower. Oh, covered in mud. Whew. Well, that was definitely an invigorating way to end the day. And now, we've bought something to celebrate being back on the road.
We don't normally do
Bottle
this.
of champagne. No, we don't normally do this, but I think the occasion is fitting, and tonight at this beautiful park up.
It's, ow, ow, oh, sharp, dug right into my nail. Ow, it's basically to celebrate the van conversion, the van build, and back on the road, isn't it? And we don't ever treat ourselves like this, so it's very nice. Oh, wow. Normally, I'm like, and I just went.
Excuse, we don't have champagne glasses. We live in a van.
Cheers.
Cheers to new adventures.
Right, let's get back in the van before the Mozzie eats us alive.
Get back in.
Go, come on.
Okay, so cheers.
Cheers. Back in Europe, back in France,
Yeah.
and we're back on our adventures.
So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, guys. And if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe and follow us on our journey east. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See the top of the train?
No.
Behind that car. Your eyesight's not the best though, is it?
No, it's true.
Let's face it, we did forget. Probably one of the most important things would have been to take you to Specsavers when we got back, but we didn't in the end, did we?
As we head east towards... I can't not say it. I need to say more than that.
You don't need to say more than that.
I do.
Just as we head east on our travels then.
Well, you finished what you started. I was born to